What's up, fam? It's your boy Jay Shine, man. I'm on the road again. Out here about to get this paper. You know, I got a project. Shit, my project's overdue right now, but it's all good. Hey, I just want to talk to y'all real quick, man, about, you know, this Black Lives Matter takeover, because that's what it is. You know, back when Ferguson popped off, there was no Black Lives Movement. There was a bunch of people around the country, black people and white people, you know, little hipsters, who marched in the Trayvon situation, who came down to Ferguson to do the same thing, you know what I mean? And out of nowhere, this black feminist female group full of black women called Black Lives Matter came out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Let me say that one more time, man. They came out of nowhere and they basically just hijacked the situation. How they do it? Because they're getting the mics. For some reason, they're getting the attention over all these other organizations that's out there. Even Pastor Jamal Bryant doesn't have the platform they have right now. He was out there doing the Baltimore riots. I want you to peep game. And now, like a dog, they're being sicked on these other Democratic, you know, nominees, you know what I mean? That, you know, people running for office on the Democratic side of, you know, of the campaign, their campaign events are being crashed by this group of black women. And I want to ask y'all a question. Who's paying them to do this? I want you to put your thinking hat on for a second, all right? This organization comes out of nowhere. They get all the airtime with, you know, TV, CNN, MSNBC, right? But the brother who was running the organization down in Florida, I'm trying to remember the name of his organization, it escapes me at this moment, but there was a brother running the organization during the Trayvon situation and was sitting in the governor's office, and, you know, he had a little organization and then got a little success, and, you know, Governor Scott had to sit down and talk to the brother, and, you know, he was out there also in Ferguson. And I want to know where this Black Lives Movement came from. You know what I'm saying? These females, these quote-unquote co-founders of the Black Lives Movement. And who's paying them? Come on, man. I want y'all to think for a second, man. Why are they being used to basically ransack the movement against police brutality? And they're being used to crash campaign events. Who's coordinating all this? You know, from the t-shirts to the campaign events, getting them in the front row, you know, the travel. Who's paying for this? And last question I want to ask you about this, so you can put this all together. You know, why they not crashing Hillary's events? Come on now, people. Peep game, man. Peep game. Why they not crashing Hillary Clinton's events? You know? Now we're gonna have to get into some real talk, family. This shit is wrong. This is embarrassing. It's dangerous and it's wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because these black females, trust me, he don't give a shit about black men. They don't give a shit about black men. I bet you they got a gang of kids, baby daddies, you know what I mean? There's a lot of sexual lesbianism going on in that group. I'm telling you, man, they don't give a shit about black men. Black women ain't giving shit about black men for a long time. You know? They just don't. They have no responsibility with their bodies. They keep blaming black men for everything. They have no accountability, and they be the first ones to call the cops on you when they get mad. They be the first ones to, you know, try to get the cops to beat you up or arrest you when they get mad. They be the first ones to have a black man in front of the judge. You know, they know this guy got multiple baby mamas already. You know what I mean? Let me give you an example. You know, like the Young Jock situation. Young Jock got like 8, 9 kids or some shit like that, man. Like 4 or 5 baby mamas. Now he got this other chick having a kid by him right now. You know, so when shit goes south, she'll have his ass in court trying to get some money out of him too. And he's an idiot. He's a fool. You know, he's a damn fool because he keeps continuing the cycle. He knows he can't be there for all these children. You know, and he has no problem obviously being a battery for the lives of these women. I mean, we really need to bring polygamy back, man, because we're practicing polygamy, but we're doing it in a unconstructive, very destructive way, you know? But I digress. These sisters don't care about black men. Haven't cared about black men for a long time. They don't care about their boys. They don't care about their brothers. They don't care about their uncles. They don't care about their fathers. They don't care about us. You know? And yeah, some of it's our fault. We helped create this monster, but so did the system of white supremacy. This is socially engineering, gentlemen. That's why I don't hate my sisters, man. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I know why she fucked up. She's fucked up for the same reason black men are messed up. You know what I mean? We sitting here in the belly of the beast. That's why we all messed up. The problem is we're not doing the appropriate things to fix our situations. And this goes back to the Black Lives Movement thing. They're not doing anything appropriate. They're not organizing no economic boycotts. They're not sitting there telling other women, you know, like, hey, this is what we need to do to help the men out, because the men out here being slaughtered. Now that you got about 5 black women who got killed or died in police custody, because I don't know all the facts, so I'm going to just say it that way, because I don't like speaking out of turn. We got 5 women who've died in police custody. You know, Sandra Bland, we know shouldn't have been in police custody. We know that for a fact. And so now it's being turned to some black women lives type thing. When you go to these events and you hear the women, it starts talking about Black Lives Matter, and then they specifically target black women. Say her name. Say her name. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, they don't care about black men. You know, have we had black women get killed by racists in this country? Hell yeah, of course. Our black women have been raped, used, abused, no question, man. But compared to the brothers that's been lynched and murdered in cold blood, and from this day back to the early days of Jim Crow, sisters, y'all dropping the bucket, man. Y'all dropping the bucket. Y'all dropping the bucket, I'm sorry. So now this movement is becoming a feminist movement. I can see it happening from miles away. This is going to turn into a black feminist movement. You know, and the selfishness that these sisters have, man, they're going to hijack this movement and the rising of black people and all people of color who are tired of the police brutality and really scared of the police state. Let's keep it 100. These white people who are working with us and showing up at these protests and all that, they're scared of the police state more than anything. They see it coming. They see what's happening. Everything that's happening in this country, laws that have been passed on the backs of black people. And then they become normal. You know what I mean? They normalized after they've been handed down to black people for so long. These policies and these new laws, then they become normal. You know what I mean? All these languages they use to write laws against terrorism, and all that language and all those laws have been used against black people already. You know? So the Black Lives Movement is not really trying to do anything to fix none of that. They're just showing out, yelling, acting stupid, jumping up on stage and disrespecting people. I mean, you're not gonna get anything done like that. Come on, man, let's be real, man. And there's so many black people who love seeing us act out and thinking acting out is some type of, good thing. Oh, you did that, girl. Yeah, they doing that. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. You tell them. All right, you tell them, and then you get nothing done. Next year, the same shit gonna happen again. Next month, the same thing's gonna happen again. They still out here killing brothers. You understand what I'm saying? They still out here killing brothers. They still out here killing unarmed men. They're still doing it. I mean, so we gotta look at results at some point. At some point we gotta look at results, fam. You know, and mark my words, these girls are not gonna get nothing done, man. I bet you they even get to the, I bet you they get, I'm telling you how it's gonna play out. They're gonna get a sit down with Obama. Watch. They're gonna get a chance to sit down with Obama, to get to take the pictures, and that's doing something. That's not doing anything, man. If you don't change the laws and get some policies on the books that restrain these cops permanently, you ain't done nothing. And the only way to do that is to go at economics, to go at the corporations, to go at the businesses. And if y'all not ready to do that, then, you know, y'all bullshitting. You know, these black women are not willing to go out there and say Black Lives Matters. Hey, black women, don't have all these children in the hood. You know what I'm saying? If you care about black lives, come on, man, let's think about it, man. You know, this is the bullshit we dealing with right now in the black community, man. Where we get clowned and get used and things get really twisted, you know. Remember that sister from Baltimore that was slapping her son up? And they paraded her around on Fox News and MSNBC and calling her Mom of the Year. And you got idiots like Melissa Perry, Harris Perry, whatever her name is, man. The sister that be, well, the half black that be on TV trying to act like the sister with a PhD, you know, but she only really cares about women. She don't care about black men at all. You know, Melissa Harris Perry, that's her name. Yeah, she be on MSNBC, and you know they was calling this woman in Baltimore Mom of the Year and all sorts of bullshit. How you Mom of the Year when you got 6 children out of wedlock by multiple men, and you Mom of the Year, and you in the hood? So you in the hood, and you're gonna keep having children out of wedlock, and that makes you Mom of the Year? Come on, man. I mean, we have no goddamn standards in the hood, man. I mean, not in the hood, in Black America, we have no standards. You got women out here, you got a handful of sisters out here who actually did things the right way, got married, got a man that can provide, you know what I mean? Teaching their kids well, raising them well, active in their school, and they don't get Mom of the Year, but some hair-hatted hooligan, you know, I gotta throw that, I gotta say it, so I love that term. The Triple H. We ain't talking about WWE neither. We ain't talking about Hunter Hearst Hemsley. We talking about hair-hatted hooligans, people. Out there slapping her son up, emasculating him when he's standing up for his people. When he's standing up for his people. Like a man supposed to. Get out there and get some work in. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you riots ain't gonna really do nothing, but you know, but I can't be mad at the people feeling the way they feel, you know what I mean? And for her to slap her boy up, emasculating him like that, and when she put him in that situation, she brung him into the situation. I mean, Baltimore's a hellhole, man. Baltimore is messed up, man. And for any woman in that situation to be having children, just shows that they don't care, man. They irresponsible with their bodies. They gotta have sex. They gotta fuck that dude they like. They gotta lay down with this cat they like, and they don't care about the long-term repercussions. Again, there's no accountability when it comes to black women. They can just do what they want to do, and then be called Mom of the Year. And that's the part that kills me. You know, you get rewarded for being a single mother in this society. But sisters out here who went out there, got their degrees, bust their ass, you know what I mean, control their womb as a responsible woman is supposed to do. Control your body. We don't praise them at all. In fact, a lot of people look at them like, what's wrong with you? Don't you know you got black women, older women, who look at some of their daughters that don't have children, and even though they're not married, they be like, yo, why you don't have any kids? Think about what I'm saying, man. Think about, this shit is deep, man, how this sickness goes with black women. And our brothers are sick too because they just oblige about it. But the problem is this: the male and the female come through the women. All right. So when you got these sissy ass, no good men out here, sisters, ask yourself a question: who raised them? Who raised them? That boy that got slapped up in Baltimore, he gonna have a baby mama. He's gonna be called a deadbeat. Walker, look what he's raised by. How the hell are you supposed to yield any men out of this? And then you complain, sisters, about not having any good men. Y'all lost. You know, and that's how I know the Black Lives Movement is being led by these type of women, and these are actually the worst type of women in our hood, because these are the lesbianist, bisexual, do what I want to do. I mean, I was watching some girl, some dark-skinned sister was on MSNBC last night. You know, I think being interviewed on a Rachel Maddow show, and she's one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter, and she got tattoos all across her chest. I mean, this is what we got representing us, man. We went from Coretta Scott Kings to this. You know? And she's struggling trying to talk proper and speak the Queen's English, you know? I mean, I could see right through this bullshit. And this is going to become your movement, brothers and sisters. Brothers, this is going to be your representative. This is going to be a representation. This is your representation right now. This is your black feminists. This is your representation. That's the representation for the next, you know, I guess, stab at the civil rights movement. I mean, there's ever ongoing, never ending story of the civil rights movement in this country. It's gonna be the black feminists. They're gonna be the new leaders, man. That's our new Malcolm X now, y'all. That's our new Farrakhan, you know? And Farrakhan out here talking about getting ready for war as a man is supposed to talk. And of course, black feminists are coming out against him. Yeah, you know, you saw it. You saw it. You know? Like, you know, this sister that be on the Boyce Watkins channel. I like Boyce Watkins, and I like Yvette Carnell. But she's a black feminist. Don't get it twisted, man. You know? And, you know, I don't want to pass judgment on nobody, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was a lesbian. I'm not trying to pass judgment. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I don't know what that woman does with her body, but I'm just throwing my little 2 cents out there. So let's get back to some facts. She's a black feminist, though. I listen to a lot of her videos and a lot of her commentary, and I see her point of view. You understand? Her point of view is in line with the black feminists in this country. And I'm going to tell you something about the black feminists in this country. The black feminists in this country is anti-male leadership, all right? These are not women who are for male leadership, all right? You understand what I'm saying to you, black men? They're not for your leadership. They're not going to ever get behind you, brother. They would never get behind a Martin or a Malcolm or a Marcus Garvey. They would never get behind anybody like that. You see how they bucking Louis Farrakhan. You see how they bucking the minister. Watch what happens in 1010. Watch what happens in October at the mall. You're gonna have a bunch of black lesbians out there. I bet you protesting the Farrakhan situation. Watch. Watch. Y'all gotta step back and see what's going on, man. Peep game. You brothers out here on the internet talking crazy all day, and you got your face on the screen, so you want to be some type of leader, obviously. Because I'm not in that boat. I'm just expressing my opinion and putting it out there for the world to hear. And whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever don't. That's cool. It's cool with me, you know? If you don't. Either way, it doesn't matter, make a difference. I make these videos because this is why I want to express my thoughts. That's why the name of my channel is Random Thoughts. They're random. There's no script here. But this Black Lives Movement is bullshit, man. You know? And I can see everything coming from a mile away. All you gotta do is step back and see what's going on, man. These sisters are gonna use this movement for their own personal gain. And I'm telling you, some of them are being paid, man. Oh my God. They run around agitating every event. What's that gotta do with Black Lives, man? So, all right, you get O'Malley and Bernie Sanders to say something. Didn't what? These people are not in office to get anything done. I mean, Bernie Sanders is a senator, but he ain't got no power in the Senate. I mean, come on, people. I mean, there's no organized list of demands. No, nothing. What's the 5, goals that they want met? What's the 5 things they want them to speak to? I mean, at least start there. It's easy. Get a piece of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the 5 things we want from from our government. See, gay people know what they want. They're specific in what they're saying they want. The Latino community is specific in what they want from the government. You know what I mean? They're specific. They know exactly what they want. They're asking for deliberate change in certain areas, whether it's immigration law, banking, whatever it is, man. They're asking for it. And they putting their money behind it. Gay people, the same thing, man. They're getting laws changed, man. You understand? So they can exist. And we don't get laws changed, family. You saw what happened down in Arizona when they tried to pass that law against, businesses serving gays, and then the same thing happened, I think it was in Indiana. And all that shit got shut down by corporations because the gay community is a very powerful group of people. They're not running up in campaigns and yelling and acting crazy. I mean, they have some lone wolves, some real radicals, yeah, but they don't have a whole movement doing this. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a whole group of them, shutting down events. No. I mean, and this is the thing, the gay people who want rights are booing those people when they stand, those radicals and they're on this side of the fence that do those kind of things. Like what happened at the White House with the president, what happened at that campaign event with the First Lady, when those 2 gay people, I think it was a transgender at the White House, and then there was a gay lady, a lesbian with the First Lady. You can look the stuff up. And they were shouting at the First Lady, and then at the White House they were shouting at Barack Obama, and then Barack Obama took a tough stance with that person. And the people there who are gay or for gay rights shunned that person. But we don't have that power in the black community. It's like when our black women get out of control, we can't control them. We can't put them in their place. Like what that sister was doing that shit to that queer on CNN. What's that brother's name? I remember his name fleets me right now. The black dude on CNN, and the sister was, while he was doing a live interview or report or whatever, she gets on there and starts going crazy. And come to find out where she at now. And the thing that bugged me out is that so many black women were gravitating to this woman, on the internet. Just because she was being loud, but she wasn't saying nothing. She was ignorant as hell, didn't know what she was talking about. Just all over the place, man. Black lives don't matter. See these females? They're hijacking the whole movement, man, and the whole time. Where we got some real issues we need to deal with. And fam, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. But we fucked up. We fucked up right now.